morning. Something been on my mind for the past 3 weeks, and it has to do with directors. Okay, now, wait a minute, hold up. The reason why I was thinking about it, because a couple of weeks ago, I came across an article. We'll get to that soon, but right now, of recent, I heard some news. Cicely Tyson had just passed. And what a blessing that's taken away from the world. And I just want to give my respects to her. And my first film that I ever saw, and when I was even a little kid, was the movie of Jane Pittman that she was casted in, and she was amazing, simply amazing. I remember seeing her acting and knowing what an actor was after seeing this movie. Cicely Tyson is and should be considered one of the best actresses to ever graced Hollywood. What a treasure the earth has lost, and what a treasure we've gained for her presence of being on this earth and giving her accolades as she much deserves, and as much as she's given to us her gift of acting. Rest in peace, Cicely Tyson. Which goes into my other subject of talking about Regina King. She, to me, is the new generation of a Cicely Tyson. And her roles from 22/7 as a little girl, which I think she was like 13 or something when she was casted in that role, and up to now where she played in the film and was casted in not the film, but the series, The Watchmen in HBO. And I'm watching it now for Black Pride Month. Now, I don't want to focus about her acting ability because it's genius within itself. I want to talk about the genius of her directing, which will pinpoint it even more detail. Casting. Let me give you a list of some of my favorite directors. Zack Snyder, Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino, Steven Spielberg, Stanley Kubrick, Alfred Hitchcock, Guillermo del Toro, and last but not least, Spike Lee. My style is kind of influenced by all of these greats combined together, or at least they're influenced by how I direct in my mind, and hopefully it comes out in my art. So about 2 weeks ago, I was looking and scrolling down Facebook and looking through, social media, and looking through how Google has some like news notifications and things like that, and it was saying how Regina King casted all of her actors in her latest film. It's called One Night in Miami. And I won't explain too much into the story. You just need to check it out on Amazon Prime. It's an amazing film, and she directed it. And there's so many things about her director that I know and love, that I learned along the way about how she started to look at the film. Look at the screenwriting, from the screenwriting to producing and really directing. But what stuck out to me was an article that came out, I think about 2 weeks ago, about how she casted the film. And so many big name A-list actors wanted to be a part of this film, but they didn't want to audition. And she only want actors that wanted to audition for the film to be a possible casting of this film. But the big name actors that wanted to be in the film didn't have a chance to be in the film because they weren't willing to audition. And I really respect her choice into not just filling a role because of someone's A status in Hollywood. Because we see in films today a lot of failures in films because they cast the wrong actor because of their name in the film, and the film becomes a complete failure. And so we have so much of those we have throughout history of Hollywood, where the film just dies. A possibly good story, a good production, and everything just dies because of a wrong casting. And that's how I cast my films. Again, my first film that I just directed is called Sketchy. And I'll explain in another video about what Sketchy is about, but what I want to focus on today is about casting. When I was starting to produce and put myself into the director's seat, people in the industry that have experience in the industry were telling me about how I should get the most A-list actor to be in my film. And because they were saying it's because of Hollywood connections, and if you have this person for the film, their fans will follow the film and everything. But I understand Regina's outlook on casting, because this is your first film and you want to make a strong impression when you come out, when you say you're a director of this film. And you want to make sure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And that especially goes with casting. Casting is a big part of making a successful film. And so some of the actors that were available, that were considered, I guess, a higher level, that would probably get my film noticed and a little bit talked about in the industry, they particularly didn't fit the roles that I have for my film Sketchy. And because when I wrote the screenplay, because it's pretty much a biopic of a situation that happened in the 70s, and I wanted my film to be as truthful as it could be. So I wanted to cast the actors as the people that of the screenplay that were actually in the film, and that were actually real people. So this is the route I believe that a filmmaker should take. And I really respect Regina King's outlook as a director. And I saw the film myself one night in Miami, and I thought it is a complete genius of a film. I love the casting. I feel I want to see her director grow. And I feel that she's going to be a great asset to Hollywood. And she's going to be a great access to women in film, because I believe she's such an amazing, talented person, male or female. And we're going to see great films and projects from her going on in the near future. So I want to give my respects to Regina King, and I really respect her actor, and I really respect her director. Also too, with Regina King, she's growing big in Hollywood, and I just want to give her accolades as well. I want to give her a shout out for her up and coming Saturday Night Live gig coming up, I guess in a couple of weeks in February. It's coming in February, I know, but I read up on it. And I really respect her as an actress and as a director, and I want to give my honor And my love to Cicely Tyson and her family, and may she rest in peace. And she will be forever burned in our brains. And, you know, happy Pride Month. Now, I have this set now because I have to get ready to make a self-tape for an audition. So, catch you later.